Good afternoon, everybody. It's your boy D Max. So let's go ahead and talk about this because this is the story that everybody is talking about today. And I want to come at it from my aspect because I'm seeing mainstream media trying to set a narrative about this man. And I warned people yesterday, whenever it happened, to watch these narratives and watch these headlines that they put out to try to paint a certain picture of this brother. I'm talking about Antonio Brown. Now, yesterday, everybody saw what happened. Everybody saw what went on the sideline. I ain't gonna say you saw what happened because no, now as the information come out, people are starting to understand kind of what happened. But what we saw on the sideline yesterday was Antonio Brown having an argument with a few people. He took off his stuff and then he left. So from there, naturally everybody assume, oh, here go AB on one of his meltdowns again. Oh, there go AB acting crazy again. Oh, there go AB doing what AB does to everybody again. But then as we wind down and time starts to lapse and we're starting to have the reports come out, now the report says this: Antonio Brown, who has been plagued by an ankle injury, who was sat out practice Thursday and Friday because of his ankle injury, who also has been working with the doctor from a previous game where he hurt his ankle, did not feel that he was healthy enough to go into the game and be effective for his team. And they still tried to pressure him and force him to go into the game anyway. And they told him, if you won't go in the game when we tell you to, then you don't need to be here. So when somebody tell me I don't need to be here, guess what I'm going to do? Oh, let me help you, sir. I don't need to be here. You are absolutely right. So let me go ahead and get this stuff that's weighing me down from getting away from here, and I'm out. And I would have chucked the deuces and ran off too. See, what y'all not seeing is y'all think that you are a whore for that money that they give you. And they people out here think that you're supposed to risk your life and limb for that money that they give you to play this daggone game. It's a game. First and foremost, it's a game. And any game that I would have to play and jeopardize my health and my well-being for, guess what? I can walk away from that game any single day. Any single day. So for all y'all out here talking about what AB should have done and all AB just letting down the team, you don't know what's going on in that locker room. You don't know what's going on in those meetings behind doors. You don't know what's going on them phone calls with that man. So while you out here saying what this man is and this and that, you might want to shut up and sit down and allow things to unfold before you start talking crazy about this man and jumping on a bandwagon that's ultimately going to make you look foolish in the long run whenever you find out that more than likely this man is in the right about the situation. Because, like I say, if indeed this is why Antonio Brown didn't want to go in that game, I stand with AB. Just like I stood with him in LA whenever he didn't want to wear a certain helmet, because let's go back. Now, against that game against when he was with the Steelers, and in that game where he took that dirty headshot from Burvick and was out cold for a long period of time. Let's not just scrape over that because that may have a whole lot to play in what's going on now. But this is what's going to support my point, and I'm going to get to it now. So when he was hit in the head, he was concerned about his safety now that he sees that people are trying to take him out like that. And there's no other player on the football field who has more impact or contact than a wide receiver. Period, point blank. Everybody knows this. This is established. So it's only natural that he would want to protect himself so that he can preserve his health, his mind, and his career. So when he gets to Oakland, he asked for a certain type of helmet with a certain type of patent in it, and he would not let off of that. And he stood his ground on that, and they want to call him a diva and a prima donna because this man wants to protect his brain. He don't want to end up like Junior Seau. He don't want to end up like Aaron Hernandez and these other guys who CTE have taken out of here. And that is a very valid concern for that man. And y'all in here talking about what he should do and what he shouldn't do. What would you do in that situation? Everybody always got something to say, but until you're in that situation, all you doing is speculating and giving your opinion based on what you think you would do in a situation. And that's garbage. That's a very garbage mentality. And I hate that people have such easy access to media so that they can voice these stupid garbage opinions that they have because they're based in nothing but emotion. That's all. And so now we look at this man. He was trying to protect his head in Vegas. They called him a diva and a prima donna because this man wanted to protect his head from being targeted by these vicious and these malicious DBs who, or whatever their problem is, whatever their issue is, out here trying to headhunt people. So that makes him a diva. So now you fast forward to this. This man is taking care of his body. He's been dealing with an ankle injury. And there's a guy who jumped on my post this morning was like, oh, well, he had an ankle injury, he should have seen the doctor. Well, he's been working with the doctor. He's been working with the doctor from the previous game where it was hurt, and he didn't go to practice Thursday or Friday. If you don't go to practice, that means that there is something wrong. That means that there is something that is preventing you from going and contributing to your team. Now, this was before the game even started, so people want to talk about the money and the incentives. Well, this is all started before the game even came up, so he didn't even know if he would be able to reach that incentive or not in this particular game. So now let's see. Okay, well, we take that out of the play. Well, now it's not about the incentive. Well, what is it about? Oh, he's just mad because he's not getting the ball and he's throwing the ball to Gronk and this and that. And he needed one catch to get $300,000. He needed all of these incentives they want to throw up in this man's face. Like this man ain't gonna make money regardless. Like he's just hinging on that little incentive. You do know that's a bonus on top of what he's already making, right? You do understand that, right? So it's not like he's, oh, I just need this. Like he's hard up for that incentive money because without that incentive money, he's just gonna be broke. See, y'all is reading too much into these things and saying some of the dumbest things because your logic does not make sense. When you try to mix logic with your feelings, you get a dumb response like the ones that are coming out on social media right now by these content providers and by these so-called sports journalists. But like I said, if this indeed is the case and this man is trying to protect his health, then hey, I stand with AB just like I stood with him in Oakland. Protect your body, man. Ain't nobody else out here gonna protect you. Usually they'll risk you destroying yourself when they get around playoff times, especially this time of the year. They trying to get that record. They're trying to get a playoff berth, trying to clinch that home court, home field advantage, and all of those things like that. And one of the things that I noticed is they went on to win the game. So how much did they really need AB in there? If this man telling you that he's not healthy and he don't feel like he can impact the game because he knows his body and what he's capable of, but you want to ignore that because you feel like you know that man's body better than him and you know that man better than him, and you want to stick him in the game anyway when you have very capable players that can go in there and get the job done, which was shown because they came back and won the game with those players who stepped up. So now why do you have such a problem, and why was it such an issue to get AB in that game? That's the real question. It comes down to what is looking more like an issue of control. They want to be able to control AB. They want to be able to say they're the ones who tamed the beast. AB, man, I hate that you have to go through this, but this is what happens whenever you have a gift and a talent. People will abuse your gift and they will abuse your talent and they will use you up until they can't use you anymore. And whenever you take a stand on people trying to use you for what you have to offer, then they're going to get angry. Then they're going to flip on you. Then they're going to do exactly what they always do to anybody who they can no longer use to benefit them anymore. They're going to toss you to the wayside. This is what Tampa Bay is saying. This is what the league is saying. This is what all of these analysts are saying. But I'm not going to say that. I take a dude like Antonio Brown who will stand up for himself regardless of what you trying to make him feel like he obligated to for the betterment of himself. I take somebody like that any day. Because guess what? If he'll stand up for himself, he'll stand up for me. If that man got enough fortitude to say, no, no, I'm not taking that. If he sees something being wrong with me, no, no, I'm not taking that. But the first thing y'all want to do is, oh, well, he got a fake vaccination card. Oh, and that's just one more of the problems with his character. And yeah, but so did Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers sat there and told a bold-faced lie. Y'all don't sit up here and talk about his character. Y'all sit here and y'all make him out to be the greatest thing since sliced bread as well. But don't none of y'all talk about his character when he looking like a dusty Rick off of Walking Dead. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers, you ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. I take that back. That was wrong with me. You know, I talk against that. So I'm not gonna attack you and bring you into this because of some other people's ignorance. So I apologize to you, Aaron Rodgers. But the bottom line is this: Antonio Brown, do what's best for you. To hell with what all of these people out here saying. Don't let this stuff bother you. You go and do what you need to do for you. Save your money, invest wisely, and just live your life, man. You don't owe the NFL or none of those fans nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they'll try to project that onto you and make you feel like you owe them something. But what do you owe them? What, you don't owe them nothing, not one single thing. So go on with your life, man. Live freely, enjoy the rest of your days, man. Invest wisely, and just chill, brother. Find you something else to get into. Go play golf with J.R. Smith, man. He down there having the time of his life, bro. Go do that. AB, there's so many things out here that you can do besides football, and you're not just football either. Remember that. You're not just a wide receiver in the NFL. You're a man who has more than one element to him. You're a man who has more than one dimension to you. So don't let these people have you out here thinking that you have to do anything, man. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing that you don't want to in this world, man. And that's what the government and this society would not want to tell you. You always have a choice in every single matter, no matter what it is in this world. You have a choice, and you can be just as free to say no at any given time. I don't care how what they've given you or what they make you feel like you owe them. You don't owe them anything. You've given yourself to the NFL for years. You put your body at risk. You put your mind, your health, your mental health at risk time and time again, cutting across the middle on those slant patterns, going up blind and knowing that this dude is coming full speed at you to hit you, but you still take that impact because you need those yards for your team. You've done everything above and beyond necessary that a player should do in this league, and you've given us some great years, brother. brother, and my hat's off to you. I respect you. And anybody else who has anything negative or crazy to say about Antonio Brown is an absolute simp, a wimp, and you never mind. I ain't gonna finish that last part. It would have rhymed, but nah, I'll just keep it tasteful. All right, so we've already gotten this passed. Yeah, Tampa Bay went ahead and won. Congratulations for keeping your composure in the midst of that type of distraction and moving forward. I wouldn't say that that distraction is because of Antonio Brown, because for every action, there's a reaction. He was reacting to something. He didn't just get mad and just go off by himself. He was reacting to what was placed in front of him, what he was propositioned with. That's what he was reacting to. But because there was no sound to go with the visual, all y'all wanted to see, y'all began to formulate in your mind a whole script to go along with what's on the sidelines. You see him down there talking to people, and I've heard many analysts say it this morning. You see him over there on the sidelines, and there's people trying to talk to him and trying to, come on, AB, don't do this, man. You don't know what that man was saying to Antonio Brown. You don't know what that man said to him. You're just speculating, sitting there speculating what the conversation was. But let Shannon Sharp tell it. You say, "Come on, AB, you ain't gotta leave." Let Stephen A tell it. AB, don't do this, man. Skip all of these cats sitting there speculating what the context of their conversation was when they don't know nothing. You might know football, but you don't know that football situation that took place. You might know a lot about football, but in that particular instance, you didn't know nothing other than the visual of what everybody else saw too. So for you to jump on there and start to paint a narrative and all of this before you get the truth behind it just shows the lack of integrity for all of these analysts, all of these reporters, and all of these simple fans out here who trying to make this man be a demon because he want to take care of his body. So if ain't nobody else gonna stand for him, I'm gonna stand for him and I'm gonna stand with him if indeed that's the facts. Because if that's not the facts, I'm not going to stand with somebody who's trying to get over. Let's get that clear and understood. So this is predicated upon if indeed Antonio Brown didn't go out on that field because he didn't feel healthy enough to go out there and contribute to his team, and they tried to force him to do it anyway, then he needed to take up charges against that team, because you can't be forcing nobody to go out and play at a game when they telling you that their body is not healthy. Period. So that's where we stand right now. Is Tampa Bay right or is AB right? I'm leaning more towards AB based on the reports that are coming out, not based on what y'all think was said and what y'all think was done. Because remember, Bruce Arians didn't discuss it. Nobody on the team discussed what took place, but they know what took place. They know why he left, and they're not wanting to talk about it. So unless you hear it from them or from AB, all of this other idle chatter is just that, idle chatter. I'm glad to leave this alone, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But this is your boy D Mac. I'm gonna go ahead and be out of here. Yo, AB, got your back, brother. You know what I say? Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.